Welcome to Talking Federal Business. I'm Nick Vlahovic, consultant to industry. There are a lot of ways to go about growing your government business, but my favorite is just going out and selling the agencies and their projects. Every decision that is made on a government buy has a level of subjectivity in it. That's the element that can be sold. In order to sell a project, it starts with two extremely important questions you want to get answered, and I'm going to share those questions with you right here. Before I get going, if you could click like, and even better, click subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and thanks in advance for doing both. The first question you want to get answered is, who is developing the requirements? Requirements development is the first step in any acquisition. And the information gathered during requirements development, in other words, understanding the end user's needs, is information, most of it, that ends up in the statement of work, that ends up in the RFQ that you're going to respond to. Information like, what does the client want? How many of them? What are the functional attributes that are wanted? There also needs to be developed what's called an initial government estimate, or IGE. All of this information does eventually end up in that statement of work. It's interesting to know that oftentimes the person developing the requirements has never done it before and may not even be familiar with your industry. So they could use your help. Now, I know what you're thinking, fox in the henhouse, right? Well, let me tell you something. Agency people are trained to understand fox in the henhouse, and they also are trained to understand that they can work with industry in order to get educated so that they can do a better job during requirements development. So seek out who is developing the requirements on all of your projects. The next question you want to get answered is, who is doing the buy? The contracting officer is the one person who is delegated with final authority to make the buying decision on every acquisition. They're delegated with the functional authority and the legal authority. So you want to seek that person out as well, and also provide them education, not on what you do or what your company does, because they don't want to be sold. What they need is education around your industry, what the best practices are in your industry, so that they can make better informed decisions. At the same time, you'll be building trust with them so that when they finally go to make that decision and that subjective element comes up, they'll already know who you are and you'll already have a degree of trust with them. Using these two questions is a tried and true practice of mine over my entire career of working in the office furniture industry. So they work extremely well, and I hope they do for you as well. If they do, please come back and leave a comment below. That'll be great for me and other future people who check into this video. I'd also appreciate if you'd click like and subscribe to my channel. Thanks in advance on both. I appreciate you joining me, and we'll see you next time. I'm Nick Vlahovic, consultant to industry.